Like we could use a more festive background or something since it's
I
so
know
cool. I should have done better. Usually there's four of us, and so it doesn't matter. But when there's only two of us, yeah, almost there. I'm looking. This is to the point of why bother now.
10,
This
9,
is pathetic.
8, 7. I'm
Where
doing
the
this.
heck is our countdown? There it is.
5.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Oh, now we get an echo. It's gone. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this afternoon special edition of Disney Park Talk Live. Just yesterday, we spent an hour talking about the week in Disney parks. And then this morning, Disney released everything that matters in the week in Disney parks, and that is on Good Morning America, they released a lot of the fun stuff that is going to be coming for Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary, which starts on October 1st, 2021. First of all, Jeremiah, let me do introductions because I forgot that. My name is Doobie. I am the co-host here. The guy over there is Jeremiah Good, the vice president in charge of waking up early to watch Good Morning America. How are you doing today, Jeremiah?
I am doing quite well. How about yourself, Doobie?
I'm doing pretty peachy keen. Quick reminder, we are live right now, so if you have any questions or comments on what Disney is planning on doing for the 50th, please use the comments to put them on the screen. We'll do our best to answer them. Just quick check. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so the first major announcement was that Magic Kingdom, or I should say the biggest announcement, is that the Magic Kingdom is getting a new fireworks show. Jeremiah, would you like to talk about this enchanting new experience?
Yes, and this is all for the 50th anniversary, the world's most magical celebration. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, Disney Enchantment. This, I don't think anybody thought, hey, you know what, we're going to get a new fireworks for the 50th, because Once Upon a Time is only a couple years old, and I feel like we had wishes for, 30 years. So I'm not complaining because I love anniversary fireworks. And this one, for the first time ever, or the first time in forever, they're picking up on what Disneyland had and Hong Kong Disneyland has done in the past, where they're doing the projections down Main Street. So for the first time, immersive projection effects will extend from Cinderella Castle down Main Street, USA. And this picture, this just looks amazing.
Kind of like light magic, right?
Yes. They're putting a lot of LED lights in the buildings. They're redoing the facades for 3 months of a show.
It reminds me a little bit of light magic, the way the buildings, especially if you look over here, the way, I realize it's projection, it's not actually lights in the buildings, but it has that feel to it.
Yeah, it has the Tinkerbell flying down. Hopefully nobody catches on fire. Really, if people don't know what we're talking about, if you have questions about what Doobie and Jeremiah talk about on here, please let us know.
My Sunny Saga's here. If you're in a mood, please jump on the stream. Okay, so are you excited about these? Like you said, Happily Ever After is relatively new, right?
Yeah, it's 4 years old. Well, I guess 5 because we forget about this past year, but it didn't start that long ago, and I feel like it was one of the fireworks shows that was kind of designed to do the long run like Wishes had. So maybe this will only be for the 18 months celebration, because a Disney year does equal 18 months.
18 months, yes. And so Happily Ever After, though, is returning on July 1st, right?
Yes. Sorry, I'm like, wait, they announced something else? Oh, yes, this July 1st. Yes, and July 1st, there will be a lot of us in the parks doing all sorts of live production and cutting from one park to the other.
It'll be here on July 1st, and then it'll run July, August, September, and then October 1st we get a new fireworks show, which is really interesting. And it's kind of similar to what they're doing in Epcot as well, because on July 1st, Epcot Forever returns, and it's only going to have a 3-month run as a brand new show that had previously been announced, but now is actually going to be happening. Harmonious is coming. Can you talk a little bit about, I know we've talked about Harmonious extensively before, but give us a brief overview of what Harmonious is, Jeremiah.
Harmonious, what we saw at the D23 Expo was Disney from around the world. We saw, Moana and the songs from Moana sung in different languages. We don't have a lot of information about Harmonious other than this picture needs to shut everybody up that's been complaining about how bad the lagoon looks. That is a real picture from inside the park during a test.
Really? This isn't concept art?
No.
Oh my goodness, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
People need to shut up.
Yeah, that's
myself included.
No, you didn't. When you saw it, you finally said, "Nah, it wasn't that bad."
Yeah.
But yeah, that just is amazing. And the description, Harmonious will invite you to travel the globe through new interpretations of classic Disney songs as you've never heard them before, reimagined in more than a dozen languages by diverse groups of 240 artists from around the world. So it does sound like it's going to be what we saw at Expo, where we weren't sure if it's going to happen. They did the main song from Moana, and it was just concept art with the song in different languages. And to me, I was sold. But everybody's a little iffy because, hey, it's not Illuminations, and we've had this discussion. I'm not going to get in this argument with you right now, David. But this one, I'm a little. I know I'm going to be in Magic Kingdom on October 1st for the anniversary because that's the real anniversary. But between opening Ratatouille on that day and Harmonious, I feel like Epcot could be the place to be.
Is Harmonious officially now just spelled regular? It doesn't have the capital US at the end?
Yes, I actually asked that of some of the WDI people at one of the last events, and they said they dropped that shortly after the expo where it was produced with the US in capitals because it's us. And they're like, yeah, it didn't sell to anybody, so.
I always read it as US, which is kind of funny since it has 240 artists from around the world. So.
Yeah. Speaking of us.
Look who's here.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Rebecca. I almost said, hey, Jeremiah. Hey, Rebecca. Thank you very much for saving us from ourselves. Appreciate you being here today.
Oh, man, I am so excited about what's coming. I mean, this show, the way that it was described, the Harmonious, you guys were talking about that, right? Because it's weird to move. Okay. The idea of hearing these songs in a variety of languages by a variety of artists is really cool. It's one of the things way back, long time ago. Laughing Place had a radio station over with what was it, Live 365, I think is what it was called.
Ultimately, I wrote it myself, like everything else. But.
Yeah, and one of the fun things that we did with that station back in the day was I would go out and try and find albums from around the globe, or I would try and find maybe unique covers of Disney songs, because it's fun to hear these tunes not only in the way that we're so familiar, with them. We hear those scores of those. Hey, it's my buddy Anita. Come on. What can I say? But so I didn't expect that aspect of the when they announced that like got me even more excited for Harmonious, because I love that.
So is there a song language combination you're particularly hoping that is in there?
Ooh, I haven't thought about that yet. I have to think on that.
I'm an LP radio fan watching.
It was fun, and I have to admit that the Sirius XM new station kind of reminds me a little bit of it, but I think we did a better job with our mix.
Yeah, absolutely. The Sirius station is great, but I can only hear the same song within 3 hours 3 times.
Doobie actually, my husband up there, he actually wrote the program that kept that from happening. So it was quite a bit of behind the scenes work that Doobie put into our Live 365.
Can't we
Very proud
redo
of it.
that, Doobie? Can't we just add on to the site a new?
I mean, the thing that ultimately killed LP radio is the digital rights thing and how expensive it became to do such a thing legally. But that was 15 years ago. I don't know if that's changed since then. We really should look into it again. I seriously doubt I have that program. I'd have to rewrite it. But that's okay. I like the program.
Now, as part of today's announcement, they said we're going to get a lot of character statues. Did they indicate if those are going to be in a single? Are they all throughout the resort or
throughout the resort? There are 50 statues, 50 gold statues, and actually, I don't know. I was looking for the statement on that.
Who do you want to? Oh man, 50 characters. Such a pantheon. You have to narrow it down to 50.
Jeremiah and I were talking before we went live about how it'd be so much fun if they're all around the resort and they didn't give a list, so people got to go hunt them down.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be
great.
It does say 50 characters in total coming to the series. I'm not sure what that is supposed to say in our article. Across all 4 theme parks, which, again, I would love it if they did 40 in the theme parks, and then the other 10 you had to go find someplace.
That'd be fun.
But one of the other things, the Disney Fab 50 is going to interact with you in surprising ways.
Yeah.
Which I'm guessing we're going to have Snapchat filters and it'll interact with your.
Yeah, I was thinking AR, some AR stuff like they've been toying around with they did it with Mandalorian, and because you could have Grogu visit your house through AR. So I'm interested to see what happens with the statues when you're in their presence. So I don't know. Is there any particular lesser kind of second tier character that you're really hoping gets a time to shine among these 50?
Oswald had better be in there somewhere.
That's not Walt Disney World. Come on.
No, but it's Disney. It's Disney Fab 50. I think Oswald works.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, they're going to stick
Orange Bird, yeah.
I'm sure, and the fanboy favorites.
We should see if we can guess the 50. Get our brain trust together and predict what the 50 characters will be and see how well we do. I'm truly hoping for a bluebird.
I'm hoping for a food wrapper or
so you're focused on Disney World. They're calling it the Disney Fab 50.
I know, but I want it to embrace the nostalgia for Walt Disney World.
Yeah, that's so much happening.
That.
We're not gonna,
I know.
I'm sure that
Dreamfinder.
Yeah.
If there is one thing that will embrace the nostalgia, it'll be how they get us in our wallets, and we will be walking out on October 1st
That's
with
true.
so much nostalgic merchandise, and here's a new map.
I just had a great idea. If our CEO is watching, give me the green light on this one, because I think we've got something here. Come up with a betting market where we have all the characters and we give odds, and people can bet and trade and stuff, and
all right, now we're
who does the best come October 1st.
Get some of that DraftKings sponsorship money.
Exactly.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Exactly. Are we going to do drafting plays with Mac and get all that together?
I think we should. That would be fun because.
But in all seriousness, we'll see the princesses, right? We'll see a number of princesses pop up.
Do you think we'll see any live actions like a Jack Sparrow or a Giselle?
Well, I was wondering what you might do over in the Tomorrowland area. You could have some fun.
Sunny loves my idea.
But don't you think it should be Skippy? I mean, we should have a gold Skippy, right? Isn't that what everybody wants? A gold Skippy.
Are we going to go back to hugging peanut butter like last night?
And a gold Buzz, right? Over by, not Lightyear, but little Buzzy. Like a little gold Buzzy over by Wonders of Life.
And then dip them in gold. And
they should have Buzzy.
So one of the other things that came out about the Magic Kingdom stuff, this is going way off the rails, and that's been a lot with Rebecca on the show.
I know she took us there. It's weird.
One of the things that I think a lot of people might have missed when they're talking about the iridescent characters, they say Mickey's Celebration Cavalcade is coming to the Magic Kingdom. There's no mention of any parades returning.
Right.
But bring new cavalcades to celebrate the characters. So, will we see a parade return to the Magic Kingdom before the 50th?
Maybe not. But these cavalcades are fun, and people have really enjoyed kind of this surprising element of them. The lack of it. It doesn't take as much of your day, and yet you can encounter because the parade happened once or twice, whereas these cavalcades, they're happening frequently throughout the day, so you can just kind of stumble on them, get your little picture, you can do your little selfie with the parade in the background, and then go about your day. It's not the same time investment, but yet in many ways it's that same experience. So I'm not sad. I'm disappointed just for the sake of like cast and grandeur, but as far as just my day-to-day experience with these cavalcades, I haven't felt like I've missed parades.
I love that someone has given us their top 3 entertainments. Remember the Magic.
Oh.
Yes, I am old. Wow. I don't think you're old. Light Magic and Illuminations and Promise. Oh, of course. Yes. That's a good choice. Those are some good selections.
Illuminations is wonderful.
What's the name of the song at the end of Illuminations that they play?
That's We Go On.
We Go On. There's something with Promise.
Yeah, I'm unsure on Promises. Pal W, remind us with Promises, because it's not ringing a bell with me right in the title there. Although maybe this is like an Illuminations like from before time. Like.
Oh, that's true. Illuminations never got good until Reflections of Earth.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
It was one of the most
and over at
overrated things
Disney's Animal Kingdom.
That is so not true.
Do you disagree, Jeremiah?
Illuminations and all the stuff that was.
That's what I thought they meant, the post show.
Okay.
For some reason, I think of Promises.
Oh, you're right.
Too.
You're right. Okay. Okay.
The post show of here's the lasers on Spaceship Earth.
But Jeremiah's about to talk about what really caught my eye and got me so excited because yes. Okay, go ahead.
Look at her yank us away from Illumination.
I am actually super excited about this, and I fear that I'm alone in my excitement, and so I'm gonna really rally behind this and champion this very greatly.
No, I'm excited for Disney Kite Tales. I'm fearful that it's going to end up just like every other type of production that Disney has done with these type of things in Walt Disney World, where it starts and then it just kind of disappears within a few weeks. Because I can remember March the Artimals back when Disney's Animal Kingdom opened, and that changed and just completely disappeared. This looks amazing, but again, is it going to be a show where we all go into the amphitheater and?
It looks like it here.
The way they've described it is Disney Kite Tales is going to have several shows happening daily at the Disney Discovery River Amphitheater. So to me, it seems like it's staged towards the amphitheater. So that will be your primary focal point.
Yeah, that'll be something interesting because, I mean, Rivers of Light and the Jungle Book show that they had in there before, and then the new Rivers of Light that lasted 2 weeks. Those getting people to actually head into that amphitheater for something is a challenge, and getting to head in for a set showtime, I think that amphitheater is so massive. I don't know if it'll be. One of the things I always wanted to see with the Rivers of Light is more of just kind of like a parade of lights, not a set show. Where if this is a set showtime, it may turn into hey, there's 12 people in this theater right now.
No,
but Jeremiah, it's kites.
I know.
Who doesn't want to go to a theme park and see kites?
I love kites.
Kites with the Shirt Tails characters? That's amazing.
I love kites.
I'm curious about this one. You think this is why they couldn't bring kites back to the Epcot Forever? They needed them for over here?
Okay, I'll admit that was my first thought was, oh, and now we know why kites are coming back to Epcot Forever.
Well, I guess there is a jet ski sitting in the middle of the lagoon, so that could be it.
Maybe
But
they
it's
just needed the string.
Do you guys remember when they used to have that like sea and sky show at Epcot?
Mistake on the lake. I was just talking about that.
I see now. I know it. People call it that, but I remember it with like excitement. I remember being in wonder and delight when I stumbled on it during one of my very first trips to Walt Disney World.
I was just talking to Ben about that before this show because obviously I thought the kites, and so I looked up a video. I didn't realize how insane that was. There were airplanes,
Airplanes so cool.
right over the people, right next to the water.
They had lots of challenges and lots of difficulty with that overall. But yeah, the kaleidoscope and all of those were amazing. And I really do hope that this is something like that. But
go ahead, sorry.
The same time, the one big challenge of that amphitheater is it's hot. And you're in Animal Kingdom and sitting outside in that amphitheater. I mean, I've sat there just to relax during the day. And, you know, the microscope or the magnifying glass is there for burning the humans, not looking at them.
Can you? One of the things that I love at Animal Kingdom right now, well, and I don't know if it's actually like right now, but you know, shortly before COVID, the parrots, the macaw flight, has that returned yet? Okay.
Yes.
And so the idea that they're gonna fill the sky with these kites. And then, you know, I would love it if somehow, like, can you imagine if, like, off in the distance you had those beautiful macaws flying as well? I don't know if that's even possible, but I just love when Disney like uses the whole canvas in front of them, like not just what you expect,
like a multi-plane camera.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm a fool for wind sculpture and those kinds of things. So I'm eager to see kind of how they harness the wind for entertainment. And
Juby, don't.
So
I don't know what you're thinking. I'm surprised they didn't make some live musicians a part of this. To me, that's a quintessential part of. It's not mentioned here.
Okay.
So because their parades always had live musicians, Rivers of Light had live musicians, and I feel like that's just an epitomal part of Epcot entertainment, and I do hope it ends up being a part of this. If you can hear them over the jet skis.
I want to know.
This is Animal Kingdom.
Yes. Some of these kites will be stretching 30 feet long. Like that is amazing. I hope that it's Ka. And he comes out and then starts eating everybody, and then they have glowing lights and they focus on you. And
do you think it will be like a story? Like you'll be able to see the animals doing a story?
I hope not. I so hope not.
Because that takes skill. I mean, it's like they had to bring in a troupe of kite flyers, probably from all around the country, maybe even the world, just to make this happen.
Look, I know that Doobie was an enormous fan of Tapestry of Nations.
Mm-hmm.
And wind play came into that a lot, and enormous like puppeteering came into play with that. And so the idea that Disney is now going to entertain us with kites, I'm excited because we locally here we have a wind festival, and they have professional kite flyers come in, and honestly, those are just aerobatic. Synchronized delta flight, so it's just the triangle flight, right? Triangular kites. But yet with those tails that they have and everything, the synchronization to the music, it's really epic what they're able to do. And that's just with those triangular kites. So for me, I'm coming to it with that experience and eager to see kind of how Disney elevates that.
Me too. I mean, I think this has the potential to be a really exciting show, and I am looking forward to it. It also has the potential to be a cheesy show, but I have faith in my company.
Hey, I'm sorry, go ahead, Jeremiah.
I also like the fact that it's a daytime show. Like Animal Kingdom is not trying to do another nighttime show. I'm sure that they'll do something. Well, the beacons of magic will be on the Tree of Life, but 3 shows in that amphitheater at night. They found that the traffic patterns are difficult, and keeping people in the park for that late for a show that didn't meet some expectations, I think, was a problem. So putting these during the day and having several times will be nice. It'll be the version of the parade that is needed for that park.
The last thing I'm looking forward to with this show is, given the weather in Central Florida, is the afternoon Ben Franklin demonstration. Bring a little bit of Epcot American Adventure over to Animal Kingdom.
But yeah, it could be like a little moment of zen too, right? And it's one of those things where I feel like if you're filling the lagoon, if you have enough on the lagoon, even if you're over at the barbecue location that the name isn't coming to mind, or if you're walking across that bridge, or if you're just strolling around, or you're just strolling around, I feel like you'd still be able to capture the flavor. You may not necessarily have to invest in the amphitheater if you're not as pumped by aerial beauty like I am, obviously, because it's just a fixation of mine. So
one of the other things they talked about was there's some new reading material coming for Walt Disney World.
This is Jeremiah's excitement.
Oh yeah.
Always very exciting when they come out with their anniversary books. So the first one they mentioned was The World's Most Magical Celebration, 50 years of the most magical place on Earth. This is not the. What am I doing?
Oh, it's sponsored by Febreze.
This title is Stephen Manini, and I stumble over his name. I apologize. Tim O'Day, and there was another author on
Kevin Kern.
Kevin Kern.
Yeah, so you have Stephen, who is a diehard Disney nerd that's worked with D23. He's currently at Walt Disney World, keeping the stories alive in the shows and attractions. Tim O'Day, who has a long history with the parks, dating back to Disneyland in the 70s. And then
he's old.
Kevin is actually with the
Sorry.
archive. And he's I've had the chance to meet Kevin once, and when you think of Disney nerd, Kevin definitely jumps to mind, and not in the me way, in the he knows everything in the right way. Kevin was also he was featured in the Imagineering stories.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I believe that was him. I know that our CEO would jump in, he'd be like, "Nope, that's wrong." But I'm pretty sure he was the person. No, not the Imagineering. The one where they went and recaptured some of the Disney memorabilia that had been floating around.
Prop culture.
Prop culture. Okay. So that book sounds great. I'm hoping that we'll get a beautiful mix of nostalgia. In that maybe some pictures to remind us of experiences we've had at Walt Disney World in the past, as well as capturing how Walt Disney World is now. So eager for that. I know from previous books that Tim O'Day will come at it with a bit of a fan, a passion eye. So that'll be. I'm sure many people in my life will all be making room for that title on their bookshelf.
I will when Shop Disney puts that up. On the 28th, I think it was. Yes. That'll definitely be a right away thing.
And if you're looking to have a party around the Walt Disney World stuff, maybe you can't get to Florida. They're going to be putting out a book of recipes and food, right?
The latest edition of Delicious Disney with Disney World food person Pam Brandon and also Marcy Carricker Smothers and the Disney Chef, featuring over 60 recipes from Walt Disney World, including apparently this yummy chicken-looking thing, this pasta-looking thing, some fun cupcakes, and dressed-up mice. So I am looking forward to trying some of these.
So I just looked at the Disney Parks blog tweet that I just got. Are we talking about the next book too?
Yeah. The next one being The Art of Coloring.
How did
Yes.
we miss this?
Yes, an adult coloring book featuring beautiful images of Walt Disney World. Just what you need for your chill, kind of relax, unwind after the day.
I'm going to
Sit
be
back with
sitting
your
on the
coloring
floor with
book.
my Crayolas, and just my feet will be up in the back, watching cartoons.
Do
Also,
either
Oh, I need
how
that
they're putting the
picture.
monorail behind the castle like that.
Okay,
That's strange.
I love this fantasy image. Scroll up to the first book because they did it on the first book too. Do you like this fantasy image? I do. Because
Oh,
it's
I didn't
like,
even notice
yeah,
that the
because
monorail's back
you've
there.
got this amazingly, park-like hub area in front of Cinderella Castle with the numerous little character sculptures. The partner statue there. You've got Cinderella coach coming around, and then the monorail.
Yeah. It's very Herb Ryman with the castle
Right?
and the coach, but then you throw in the partners and the monorail in the background. Just I didn't even notice it until I saw it on the coloring book because it's the same cover, just color and not color. But
With the
and we probably should mention this artwork is by, since we're talking about it, is by Fabiola Garza.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you guys, the Enchantment Fireworks, is it we're expecting it to have a shorter run, kind of like the Disneyland Forever fireworks, or do we have any guess on that?
18 months.
Yeah, I was going to say we know at least 18 months, right?
I don't. I think it could be. Disneyland has become very famous for rotating fireworks recently, where Walt Disney World went 30 years with Wishes, and then 4 or 5 years with Once Upon a Time now. So we will see what happens with Enchantment. I love Once Upon a Time, but okay. Hang on, Mr. Bob Newell, you are my new best friend.
I was thinking, if it doesn't, they've missed an opportunity. Wouldn't that be epic? The handfish.
But I would be happy if Walt Disney World started. I know that they won't because it's a tourist destination and everybody likes to know what's going on. So we'll see after 18 months if we have Enchantment or if we get Once Upon a Time back or even something new.
And Birnbaum is coming out with special 50th anniversary editions, both for kids and their standard, for all ages guides. So it's going to be coming out. I remember back when these were, Doobie would go buy them like right away. When the Birnbaum would come out, he would buy them immediately and consume them like a novel.
Is it just me, or does that cover look like a Time Life photo?
Right. When this first popped up, it totally reminded me of those the Life magazine, especially with the red behind the style of the Birnbaum on it. Yep, I will admit that's I thought that's what it was at first.
And what about this one?
I like these. I think these outfits are growing on me. I like them much more than those confetti things that they had. Was that for Mickey's birthday? I don't even remember why they had the confetti outfits. Yeah, I like these. And then they did a little fashion show with the rest of the crew. So Goofy and Daisy and Donald, they are all getting the iridescent outfits too. So that'll be nice. I'm looking forward. I'm guessing we'll probably see those in the cavalcade that was mentioned. So along with various meet and greet locations. But yeah, no. Right now, my mind is really fixated on trying to calculate what the 50 characters will be. So I keep going through it in my head.
I think we may have missed some breaking news here because does this book here mark the writing debut of Bob Chapek, Disney CEO Bob Chapek? He did the foreword for this book, and I'm wondering, is this his first foray into literature?
Yeah.
Ooh, I would guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. So congratulations, Mr. Chapek. Welcome to the world of writing.
Maybe this is why I like them, because they're reminiscent of Magic Happens, which is an epic parade that really can't wait for its return to Disneyland, because I think that's that's like my favorite. You didn't get to see it yet, huh, Jeremiah?
No.
Hope it comes back soon.
I saw Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Other people saw magic happen.
We won. I need to make a point here about this guy, Tony Betty, who I rip on all the time, and justifiably so. But his LP Movie Club yesterday for Luca was some fantastic viewing. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.
Yep.
Good job, Tony. Good job.
Yep.
Top 4.
Go enjoy a chat amongst friends who had a good time with Luca, and I think you can continue the beauty of that movie and the value of friendship. I think by tuning into the LP movie. No, I'm serious. That for me. That's what it was. It was like just a bunch of friends getting together and talking about a movie that was about friendship, and so I enjoyed it. Made me happy.
We should have given them all identities in there. Who was who?
We should have, huh?
And then the final thing, I believe, is the Disney Magic Makers contest with 50 trips to Walt Disney World for people who make magic in their own communities. So that's kind of a fun thing. They tend to do something charitable / trippy with each of their big celebrations. Trippy as in taking trips.
Yeah, I understand, as in awarding vacations. But I love this idea. I'm also eager for people. I'm hoping that we'll see a little bit of a highlight on the numerous groups out there that are Disney related and do charity work, because there are numerous organizations out there that in their love and passion of Disney get together and then raise funds for local charities. In sharing their love of Disney. I was just at one of those in Dayton, Disneyana in Ohio. They raised several $1,000s for the local charity that helps feed children in the area who usually rely on school lunch programs. What they do is they help subsidize that over the weekend through this charity effort. And like I say, it was a group of Disney fans who they get together and through their efforts, they ended up raising money for the local charity. And I know there are many, many groups like that around the nation. So I'm hoping we'll get to see a few of those, along with, just the wonderful stories that I'm sure we'll hear as these magic makers are highlighted.
Disney fans truly are the best.
I love
at times the worst.
It happens but it's because fanatic. It's right there in the word, right? Fan is short for fanatic. Too many people forget that. It means that there's a little bit of an unhingedness to it, right?
Can't spell fan without fanatic.
You got that right. I'm with Pal W on this one. Those I don't know, well, and I didn't get enough of those toys either. I'm still bitter.
Pal, I know that you had to contact McDonald's. Usually, you have to send like a written letter, and then they will send you a list of the prize winners. It's not something they ever publicize who won or what the prize was. I'm sure if you start looking on the social medias, you may find something. But they announced it, so even with the recalled toys, they still would have had to give some away.
Maybe it was like the California announcement where they could only announce the county where the winners were, but they couldn't actually say who they were.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, do you guys have anything to say about the Disneyland Paris 30th anniversary?
I'm not very 30.
I'm not well versed in Disneyland Paris, so I don't know.
I haven't seen a lot, actually anything big announcements about that. Yeah,
that's next year, right? Next year.
I would think so, right? Yep.
Yeah, 92.
Yep. I know right now all the excitement is about this Art of Marvel hotel opening along with the Cars Land, but so there's a lot of that going on over in Paris, and we've got photos and videos and whatnot right here at Laughing Place, so be sure and check it out.
And well, then get your butt on here.
I know. Jump in,
but before we leave Paris, I did want to mention that next week's Park Talk Live, which is going to be a little weird because I think some of our regulars aren't going to be available, Jeremiah, but we will have Edith, who is our Disneyland Paris correspondent, who covered the reopening of Disneyland Paris and the Art of Marvel rethemed Hotel Tony. So make sure you check in next Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific time for a little bit of a special edition of Disney Parks Talk Live. Look who is joining us with their thoughts.
Thank you, theme park fan. Appreciate that.
Is something happening to me next Monday?
I was told you will be somewhere.
Have we heard if the Disney cruise ships have any specific involvement in the celebration yet? I think today's announcement was focused on Walt Disney World directly, correct?
They're going to be sailing. Disney Wish will be sailing. So
I know.
Today is the 51st anniversary of the Walt Disney Archives also.
Wow.
Which means
Lots
this
of
time last year was an
celebrations
important
going on.
one.
Yes, but that's why that touring exhibit is on its way, and it will be in Graceland.
Oh.
In a I think in a little less than a month it will be in Graceland. So check that out. The inside the Disney Archives touring exhibit. It is a lot. We saw it in Santa Ana, and we recommend it.
Tony, did you get that GIF over there?
Hey Ben, what's up? What you got to say about the Walt Disney World 50th plans that we all got a sneak peek of on Good Morning America?
I think it's impressive, the team at Walt Disney World, how they were able to pivot during a pandemic, because they had all these, like, what I would call hard assets that were supposed to come online, Tron Coaster. And
Yeah, he said assets.
Assets.
Yeah, he said
That is not
assets.
what I heard at all.
I know, but it was
But-
assets. Like that means products. Okay, go
We're
ahead,
talking
Ben.
about, never mind.
And obviously capital money was not the great bit during the pandemic. So they were able to, as they said, when you don't have anything new to talk about, make it up with entertainment and decor. And
Disneyland 50th all over again.
yeah, I mean, did you guys talk about the 30th anniversary of Disneyland?
No, we've been focused purely on the announcement. We haven't really given a much context.
So the 30th anniversary of Disney. So before we got used to 30th, 35th, 40th, 45th. No one celebrated 30 years before the 30th anniversary. And what happened was Michael Eisner came in and he greenlit all this stuff, right? Splash Mountain, Star Tours, but none of it was going to be ready. And so not Dick Nunes.
Ridgeway?
Jack Lindquist
Lindquist.
was like, we'll celebrate the 30th anniversary and we'll give away a car, and they just created, this is where this sort of like celebration of with marketing elements as opposed to marketing attractions really came from, for better or for worse. But I
was gonna say, because wasn't there a bit of a stigma in that you didn't really want to remind people of how your location was aging? I think was some of the thought process behind that, because I've always heard that.
It was the birth of Disneyland as nostalgia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because 35 people who grew up there were, had children, and so, I'm sorry, not 35, 30. And, Disney fans, I think, sometimes trick themselves because of the marketing to thinking like, oh, Disney's going to plan all these capital projects, but like the budget doesn't change because you have you might have a little extra money, but CapEx isn't going to change because it's an anniversary year. So, you have to kind of enhance what was already going to come online with this nice packaging. And nobody does packaging better than Walt Disney World.
And historically, I always enjoyed playing with the box the toy came in anyway. So I'm always very excited by all the parades and as Hal W wants to say, iridescent paint celebrations.
Cavalcades.
Sorry,
No parade.
cavalcades.
Well, and I think it's nice. I mean, especially this time, because to have this investment, even as the parks are ramping up, I don't mean this as a derogatory thing at all. The rides are not going to be ready, and so it's nice to have something instead of just saying wait. They're coming.
We keep saying the rides will be ready. They are Ratatouille Opening on the anniversary, and that is
right. And I think that's what's nice about it is you'll have something new at Epcot. You'll have something new at the Magic Kingdom with Enchantment. You'll have something new-ish at Animal Kingdom. And studios basically just had 3 big new projects, depending on how you define it. So, I think it's a nice balance, because I think you're still going to have people that have pent up demand. You're going to have people who, because of the time they need to book out, maybe they can't get there right away. Like they're just starting their planning process now.
Right.
So,
Right.
you'll after this, you'll have stuff like the Tron coaster and Mission Rewind, and that stuff might all open while the anniversary celebration is still happening, but it's not counting on it, and it gives those things a moment in the sun.
Theme park fan, we will definitely be there. What?
Okay. Well, our CEO is here. I was going to ask him if we planned on covering the anniversary.
Oh.
I believe Jeremiah plans on covering the anniversary.
Yeah. Well, there will be laughing place coverage of the anniversary. Are you excited about the Main Street projections, Ben?
Well, so I mean, I don't love them as part of a fireworks show typically. That infrastructure's been there for the parties for a while, so it's a nice way to add a new offering without having to spend money on a new infrastructure. But to me, it's a little bit like gilding the lily, because you have the fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa,
now I'm looking at the buildings, and I feel like I don't know. Also, I hate making people watch fireworks from Main Street.
That's always my thing. Is I enjoy watching fireworks from like various locations all around. So I'm not somebody who projections are going to mean much. They may force me to watch the fireworks from Main Street once or twice just so I have some clue as to what's going on. But typically I'll just watch a video of the Main Street projections, and then I like to catch the fireworks from elsewhere.
Well, I like how Disneyland has created 3 different zones for it, so you can see it at Small Mall and the Rivers of America, and so it doesn't just pack. I mean, especially at Disneyland where there's no room. But I'll be interested to see. Although Happily Ever After kind of took that, it made a castle projection, right? So I guess they already. Although I feel like Happily Ever After which was there for like 42 years, I feel like it didn't get the run it was deserved.
Go ahead, Jeremiah.
So gilding the lily came from King
why did
John
I let you talk?
in 1595.
Why did I let you talk?
Wow, I've never heard that before.
And I agree with Bob Rule that whoever implemented the cavalcade deserves a cash. I really do.
Can I just say I think it's funny someone with the last name of Newell is talking about cavalcades?
I know, because you're doing a lot with a little. Apparently the Newell name.
Do we know if Mr. Bob and Denny are related?
We've had this conversation, I think, a few times, Jimmy.
So, and Tony Betty wants
I'm just gilding the lily, apparently.
Tony Betty wants to know what is something blue to go along with this new and borrowed that he is finding with the celebration. And anybody got? I would say the turrets of Cinderella Castle.
No, those are purple. No, those are blue. No, those are purple. No, those are blue.
I think it's the mood of the people that can't get a park pass.
Hey, Park Pass, July Park Pass has opened up a lot recently. So always keep checking. We don't know if Park Pass's reservation will still be active at that time. It is at this point, but I know that not only has July opened up a lot, I've heard rumors that I know that we may have a few people that can confirm this, that even cast members are able to get into Disney's Hollywood Studios in the evenings.
Yes.
I
was going to say I actually saw Facebook evidence of that on my own timeline with some friends who work at the parks. They were able to gain access to studios in the evening.
I don't know if you've noticed this, Jeremiah, but it's like after they do the second boarding group, that park just empties out because there's not a heck of a lot to do without the entertainment. And so it's like once you realize you're not going to get on Rise of the Resistance, or you ride Rise of the Resistance because you got on it, you're like, okay, let's go.
Let me ask you guys a question. Well, first of all, my prediction, Park Pass, last day of Park Pass is October 1st. Pure speculation.
Rampant, wild, crazy.
No.
Do you guys think Fantasmic will return on or before October 1st?
I do not.
I would hope. I want them to. And this is coming from somebody who has spent, 20 years saying how bad the Fantasmic is here. I would kill for a chance to go to Fantasmic Hollywood Studios right now. But there has been nothing about entertainment coming back in any large form. We're starting to hear some cast members are getting the chance to audition for some entertainment positions, but you think of Fantasmic, between the text, between the pyro, and all of the characters, that is the largest of the shows that they would need to cast for return. So we won't see it, at least until, I would guess, after July, because they need time for rehearsals. But
I wouldn't be surprised if they took this opportunity to say they were revamping the show and not have it for a little while.
For those of you just joining us, this is Disney Parks Talk Live special edition here at Laughing Place, because Good Morning America featured some more tidbits of information regarding Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary celebration, the announcement of a new fireworks show at the Magic Kingdom called Enchantment, right? That's the name of it. They announced a daytime show for Animal Kingdom featuring kites. They announced a little bit more information, a few more details regarding Harmonious at Epcot as well. So we're just discussing that. If you have any comments, if you saw that Good Morning America report or some of the information, let us know what you think, what you're excited about, any questions. We're live here.
Can I disagree with Doobie 100% that Park Pass is ever going away?
You can disagree.
Yes, we can.
But you're wrong. But you can disagree. At Disney World. Disneyland, it'll stay. Disney World, it'll go away.
Soylent Green.
I have a bit of a different take on. I have a bit of a different take on Doobie, because I think it will go away for hotel guests. So that's my theory.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Let's see.
What do you think Genie will launch before the 50th?
Ooh.
Are they really doing that thing?
Yeah, they addressed it not too long ago, but
I feel like things are in flux. I feel like it's. First of all, I feel like it probably would have been originally crafted with a very different operational park model happening, and so I don't know how easily you can adapt to the way
they have
the
best tech team in the world over at Disney.
They do have a great tech team. It always has challenges.
I want to address Pal's comment about the streetmosphere, I think is what Pal's talking about. There has been some of the streetmosphere out on DCA, Buena Vista Street, returning.
Yes.
But the difference between California and Florida is California, they are not equity cast members, so they can hire quicker. Here, they have to go through auditions, they have to be equity, and that's why we have not seen any of the streetmosphere return in any of the parks out here yet.
That's also why the Prince doesn't lift Snow White in Fantasmic. That's my fun equity fact.
That would make it equity?
because they're under. That's an equity move, so you'd have to pay an equity person to be the Prince, and that's a lot of money just to have someone.
I love these kinds of just little things about employment laws and rules and guidelines that you just don't think about. You don't. I would never have thought that was why that move had been adapted in Fantasmic. Yes, Doobie.
What do you guys think about the rumor I just made up about the American Adventure being replaced by a Hamilton review?
I think your timeline being filled with Hamilton data 24/7 negates your ability to analyze such a situation with any kind of balance.
Speaking of real American,
that's a maybe. That's a maybe, right?
What do we think about the Hall of Presidents? Do we think we're going to be seeing that anytime soon?
I think when that show appears, that episode of Behind the Attraction appears is when it'll be like.
I think that is going to be dependent on when the Biden administration determines it is palatable to have a celebration versus, pandemic control.
Good point. Yeah. Woohoo! Yes.
So, but I don't. That's like not having an inauguration. Hall of Presidents isn't a celebration. Hall of Presidents is a fact. You have all the presidents there.
We
Even
shall.
once, twice.
We shall.
I
We shall.
just feel
we
like
shall see.
every time we do it, it takes longer.
You know, if you make it so it takes 4 years, then you can really reduce your.
You know, there's always like some guy in finance who's like, please vote for the incumbent. Please vote for the incumbent. Please vote for the incumbent.
I think these kinds of
Sorry,
celebrations. These kinds of celebrations are very difficult to be far away. I used to, for those who don't watch LP very much, I used to live like right by a Walt Disney theme park. For about 20 years of my life, I spent about 20 hours a week in a Disney theme park, and I'm not currently in that situation. And when these kinds of celebrations pop up, it is very challenging because there's all these new cupcakes that come out all the time, and all these little tasty treats that come out all the time, and I can't get them shipped to me. The merchandise I can buy, but I know there's going to be a plethora of tasty treats and fun tasty surprises that are going to be out there.
Now you can make it at home.
It's not the same.
Benji wasn't here for this part. Which of these 4 dishes are you most looking forward to getting the recipe for, Benji?
The mice dish sounds
The fancy
amazing.
mice. What do we call the chicken thing, the pasta thing, or the cupcake?
I can't talk about that book without.
I want to get the coloring book, and then I'll do like a full on every page video.
Did we talk about the actual good book?
Yes.
Yeah, of course we did.
talked
What
about the book
do you have to
before.
say about the other one, Ben?
I've just got Kevin Kern and Stephen. With all due respect to Tim O'Day, who obviously has done this kind of thing before, having Kevin Kern and Stephen Vagnini, are 2 of the most knowledgeable people about Walt Disney World that I've ever met. Having a new take on this book. I mean, we every 10 years we get a new one of these books, right? And so having a new perspective is very exciting to me.
Yeah,
I
was calling out how
new chapters.
Kevin was in the pop culture, right? He appeared in some of those episodes.
Prop
Culture. And then Steven is just one of the most amazing people all around. So the detail that they will go into, I can only imagine, of here's the most random fact that we'll ever learn. It's not just going to be about the mosaics in the castle and how Anastasia and Drizella's faces are red and green. It's going to be like this one tile was actually from this, and then they re-put it here. And that's the stuff that I will love.
I hope that they're able to. I know sometimes, these things are given to you with a specific targeted audience in mind and stuff. But I hope that because it is the 50th, that we're able to get kind of a little bit more, a few more of those minutia nuggets for us.
I worked with Stephen on a project at Real Work while he was also working on this book, and the passion he would talk about, not about what I worked with him on at my job, but what he talked about, passion of what he talked about this book, just makes me excited. I can't wait to read it.
Oh, very cool. Oh, I'm okay. Now I'm even more excited to know that.
We also talked about how we believe this book makes the literature creation debut for Bob Chapek.
Yes.
As he wrote the forward.
He wrote the forward. We were trying to think of some other another Disney book that might have had a forward by him, but I think because of COVID, this might be his.
If you can,
Bob Chapek actually have a Wikipedia entry now?
If you can now click his name in Amazon and get a list of his works, I believe that's worthy of an article.
Oh, can I just say, I watched a movie. Oh, I can say I watched this movie. And it's one of the producers has the last name Chapek because it's Bob Chapek's son. And I was like, what? It's weird. It's weird to see Chapek everywhere now.
See, kind of like me and Bayless when we were watching that episode last night. I was learning how to make better guacamole from American chef Rick Bayless, and I suddenly realized that he's related to Skip Bayless, and now I can't unsee the family resemblance.
Didn't Michael Eisner have a son who produced movies?
Yes.
He directed Breck.
So do we now know where this is headed?
So Chapek's going to own a soccer team and
vote.
And Topps trading cards, right?
Yeah.
And Eisner involved in that now too.
That Michael Eisner would accidentally be ahead on the NFT curve.
I know. That's so cool.
The dude's not an idiot. He's
He
not an
did
idiot.
save the company before almost destroying it.
He may have run out of magic, but he's not an idiot. He saved it.
He is by no means.
So what else? What else was there? Did we talk about everything that they talked about? I'm so excited.
Yeah,
think
we
it's-
covered
I really
it.
do think that we need to have a special where we try and determine what are the 50 characters going to be, just to see how right or wrong we are.
You
'Cause I
missed
think
that part of
that'd
the
be fun.
show. I want to create some sort of an odds market where people can wager,
We want to get DraftKings to
Wiki bucks.
sponsor us.
and we'll give odds on the 50 characters. Like, just create every character and give odds on them, and people can somehow turn that into
Yeah.
a game thing.
There you go.
What are the odds on Brer Rabbit?
Yeah.
They're
No,
pretty
Hey,
long.
he's still out
Pretty
there.
long.
not a
Trader
chance.
Sam, pretty long.
I was saying I want Skippy. I want Buzzy from over in the Wonders of Life Pavilion.
We're gonna get Martin Short from The Making of Me, but him as his younger self, like
That's to actually do the really tiny version.
Do you think they'll have any non-Disney characters like Star Wars or Marvel characters?
I'm sure.
Probably not. Well,
Not Marvel.
Also, your definition of Disney characters needs some updating. But
What do you mean?
those are Disney characters.
Okay, but you know what I mean. Disney label.
I think we'll have Kermit.
I think you'll have Woody.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have Pixar. I suspect we'll have Muppet. But I'm really curious, will we have any Star Wars or any Marvel or any live action at all?
Marvel's complicated, but
I have an idea, guys. You guys head over to the Bay Area, bring a
That's
saw, and get that Yoda
We'll bring
off
Yoda.
the fountain and just bring it over here. That way they don't have to make a new one.
do you think any of them's faces will look suspiciously like the ones from the TV Academy Legends Plaza?
I thought about going there and thought, no, that's a bad idea. And I still feel that way.
They're not all bad. Most of those people were good. One was Walt Disney.
Betty White, really?
What?
Betty White? She must have made a deal with someone to still be around.
Alive? Or
You guys are terrible. Let's see what.
Ben-
Oh, just breaking news, GB. You're gonna feel terrible. No.
Oh, yeah.
So Benji, what do you think the interactivity is going to be of those statues? Like,
Yeah,
is it
what are
gonna
you
be-
I
anticipating?
just hope it works better than your cruise model interactivity.
Ouch.
But in all seriousness, what do you expect?
I
What
don't
are
know.
you thinking? You know, have any idea?
We're thinking Snapchat filters.
Do you guys remember when you used to be able? I mean, you still can, but if you get after you go on a Disney vacation, when you get home, they send you a little card that says, you know, we hope you had a lovely trip. It has a sketch of Mickey Mouse, I think done by Ducky Williams, right? And then you could go into your My Disney Experience app and take a picture of that card, and then the Mickey would seem to step off the page and like dance around for you and stuff. It was really cute. I'm hoping for something like that, where instead of it being in gold, instead that character comes to full color life on my screen and does something that I'm allowed to selfie with.
I am hoping for
That's what I'm hoping for.
finally the realization of My Disney Experience. What did they used to call that? 5 Class Plus, so I can walk up and Mickey Mouse will say, "Hi, Doobie, would you like to take your picture with me?" or something like that. I think that's what we're going for.
Little Mermaid.
Walk up to
No
Goofy
way.
and he'll be like, "I know what you've done."
What were you saying, Jeremiah?
There's a reason we moved the RF to your phone instead of that stupid band. I'm with you at all times.
Hey, Doobie, how was that bathroom visit a few minutes ago? Everything okay?
You were in there for a while. Kate may not agree with you.
I noticed the person tied to your room isn't your wife.
Please authorize an additional $500 to avoid this getting back to her. Disney processor up.
Those bounty hunters that they were going to put in Batu come to life. Like, excuse me, sir. Can we talk a little bit?
I just got the scumbag achievement on my Play Disney app.
But these characters are going to be like Disney, right? We're expecting them to be not from the Disney Park pantheon. but we're expecting them to be from the Disney film TV pantheon. Or do we think it could be both? Because I'm hoping it'll be both.
50 is a lot.
Well, let's see. We have at least 7, which is dwarf.
Wait, it's not that many. I have several posters on my wall. That
And
the
50
Disney
is easy. 50 is easy.
Because they'll do
I
each
want
of
a
the
Gurgi.
dwarf.
Can we put a Gurgi over by where Gurgi's treats and whatever smackings
Munchies
and
and
whackings
crunchies.
used to be?
I want a bluebird.
Wait. Snackings and whackings?
Isn't that what he used to say? He didn't want smackings and whackings. He wanted munchies and crunchies.
That bounty hunter is coming after you. Excuse me, sir.
Anyone get the snacking and whacking achievement on their play Disney Park?
So happy you said that, not me.
Munchies and crunchies.
Yes, I know that's what the name of the restaurant is, but he said the other phrase in the film.
You saw a completely different version than the PG version.
This is
Apparently.
what happens when we watch Holy Moly.
Oh, true. Very true. But no,
My favorite part of Holy Moly, she just got her braces off. Legs or teeth.
So in other words, it's just kind of like what they used to do with the old Wipeout stuff.
oh, it's like just a step above. It's like just a little less, a little higher of hanging fruit.
It is.
Kind of.
Wait,
But okay,
hanging
so I'm
fruit?
looking.
Is that Doobie's new achievement?
I'm looking at a poster that hangs on my wall that was in celebration of 100 years of Disney, and I think it has like 100 characters on it, and I could easily name all of them. And so I don't think that 50 is going to be that
ahead,
difficult to come up with.
Go
What?
ahead. Name all 100.
What? Okay, there's Gurgi, Esmeralda, Quasimodo, Pocahontas, Captain
Alphabetical,
Smith,
please.
All right.
Pegasus, Elliot. Although I don't know the name of that one right there.
Oh, she
That
got
one
some.
right there? Isn't that wait,
It's
that no, that's
it's a seagull. Oh, you know what? I bet it's Scuttle. I just can't tell from this distance. I just saw an albatross. I wasn't sure which one. It might be Wilbur or Orville, but I think it's Scuttle. So yeah. Like Benji and Doobie are both working now.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I do too.
During,
I do too.
And the most important things to come out of here are Jeremiah. Can you do it again, Jeremiah?
imagine if I end up going to Graceland. I will get a jumpsuit with a cape and everything.
And the name of that place that
No, stop. Munchies and Crunchies, yes.
Canine Crunchies can't be beat. All right,
So stay
guys.
tuned to Laughing Place. We're going to have talking about merchandise later this afternoon. I think that's at 4 o'clock. And also here on Laughing Place and on our Twitter, as more information comes out about the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, along with all other kinds of news about the Disney company, whether it's Star Wars, Marvel, Disney Plus, we've got it all covered right here at laughingplace.com. So stay tuned. Check
And
us
don't
out.
forget
Give us
me.
a follow.
Don't forget me. 7:30 tonight.
That's right.
7:30 tonight. We'll be doing Disney Trivia Live, including
That's right.
All right.
Parent Trap and something else.
And then
Parent Trap.
at 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock my time, I'll be at SeaWorld walking around Electric Ocean.
Careful.
High energy.
Don't die.
High
It's
energy
a
fun.
bad combination.
And we can't talk about it.
How many times
But-
will we hear the song Celebrate?
12 o'clock. Marvel time is moving from 1 o'clock to 12 o'clock tomorrow.
Ooh.
There's
Why?
a reason we can't do it at 1 o'clock. We can't
Oh,
talk
so
about the
be
reason.
sure to tune
But-
in if you're a Marvel
So
fan.
follow us at 1 o'clock so
Yeah.
you know why we had to move Marvel time to noon.
Yay! Check it out.
That's really exciting.
I'm excited.
I'm
We'll check our
excited to get
schedule
off
to
the
see
screen
why.
so I can find out why. Yeah.
Ta-da!
Okay.
Jump into your favorite Walt Disney World reads and pastimes.
Where's that?
On the share your screen at the
Oh,
bottom.
yeah,
Are we
no,
still live? What
I
do we
know.
think?
Exactly.
Oh, I feel like we should also mention, seriously, that another part of the 50th that we barely made any mention of is Ratatouille opening.
Yay!
It's not new. It's not new, but it is important. So.
Oh, and with that, it reminds me that we have lots of Paris coverage right here on Laughing Place right now because Disneyland Paris is reopened. They have a hotel there. It's a the Arch of Marvel. It looks beautiful, amazing, and Edith is over there providing us photos and information about the hotel. So I guess that's it for now from us here at Laughing Place.
Okay. Oh, am I doing it?
Yes.
Sorry.